Labour Party's Directorate of Mobilisation and Integration has urged security agencies to investigate the public harassment of its national chairman, Julius Abure, at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja. Abure was reportedly confronted by a woman identified as Mama P, who insulted him while recording the encounter before security personnel intervened. In a statement signed by Audu Caleb, the DMI condemned the incident as disgraceful, dangerous, and unacceptable, stressing that no political leader or citizen should be subjected to mob-style attacks in public. The group further alleged that anti-democratic elements may have sponsored the confrontation and called on Peter Obi to caution his supporters. The Directorate also criticized Yunus Atanko of the Obedient Movement for backing Mama P, warning that such rhetoric could escalate political tensions. It emphasized that Nigeria's public spaces must remain free and safe and free from violence to preserve democratic values. Honorable, what do you make of, you followed the drama that played out during the weekend between a woman that calls herself Mama P and Abure at the airport, and how it quickly escalated into violence. What do you make of the whole situation?
I think that we should show restraint as politicians. You don't get in a public place. You're not at a rally where you should use your tongue, convince people on the direction of your party. To see somebody at the airport, accost somebody at the airport, or taunt him at the airport in such a manner, that it will raise tensions. It's, in my mind, not something very welcome.
The woman accosted Abure. Abure did not accost the woman. It was the woman that, and she even said she even said it in her video towards her, and she would say wherever she sees Nigerian politicians, she will call them out, she will insult them, she will do this, she will do that. She still said that she was recording it. I watched it, and I was like, oh wow, interesting.
I'm just trying not to be unduly sentimental in a matter like this. I'm just trying to say that there are behavioral codes. Maybe she doesn't know it. She thinks maybe she's an activist, but she's only showing her background, how she was trained. Honestly. And we are trained not to engage women in arguments. If you're a male. And she shouldn't act like she's a tigress. Or some man who's not well trained as well could do something terrible. And then they will begin to say she's a woman. People should be careful, stay within your limits. But this game is, how do you project the ideas? What are you putting on the table? How convincing can it be? And okay, for this thing now, people are saying Obi should caution is, the obedience, they act like this too. When something of great interest comes, everybody gets involved, And I think we should reserve our energy for the best. And the best is coming is 2026, 26. And I keep saying to everyone who has ears, 2027 is just voting year and handover. Actual politics.
It's 2026.
It's 26. What do you want to do for us as Nigerians? You go tell us in 26, not 27. 27 is the Oliver Gabiaka, the best remado.
You are not campaigning. You're saying
no. This was what MPP used to say. And just forgive me, I'm just trying a little bit of my Igbo, whether I can see people
you tried. But you should have translated what you said for people that are listening.
Okay. What I meant is that it's in 27 that people go to vote. And then they ask, where will we vote?
Where will we print?
Those days, if it was the days of the MP and they said Abinchi, it was the days of MPP, then they said Ebes Remado. You know.
What is the meaning of Ebe Serimatu?
Where they drop person now?
Okay, where they drop. It's for the people, our listeners who don't understand Igbo, so that you will also translate what you have said.
Like, at least give me a pass mark for trying to speak.
You tried. You did well. You did well. But you just reminded us of that was their campaign slogan.
Yes, those were slogans. Those were slogans
during
the
years of
Shagari,
yes.
Zik.
Now, but moving forward to what has happened, when you go through social media, it appears that this woman was being applauded by a lot of Nigerians, by a lot of social media activists who were saying, oh, she did well, and we are in the era of people calling out politicians and all of that. Now, while that's on one hand that Nigerians, it appears that there appears to be bad blood between Nigerians and the political class, probably because of the hardship in the country. In the issue of Abure, Abure does not hold any appointed position. Abure, to a large extent, does not hold any elective position. However, he's the factional chairman of Labour Party. Now, whatever crisis Abure may have had has to do with Labour Party, right? It has to do, if we are to look at it critically, without any form of sentiment, whatever crisis Abure had to do with Labour Party. It's also very important to note that
also
during Peter Obi's election,
it's got something to do with what they are saying about Obi, that Obi cannot have a platform to run for presidency in Labour.
Yes, but building up to this, do not forget that Peter Obi contested for presidency with Abure as the party national chairman, and Abure campaigned alongside Obi during the elections as well. So Obi did his part to see the emergence of Obi. Abure did his part to see the emergence of Obi, which
of course
did not work. But then, long after that, issues happened, just like in every other party, and now we have factional leadership in Labour Party with allegations of financial misappropriation leveled against Abure. But the one would say, will that, to a large extent, if she is saying that she's accosting corrupt politicians and all of that, one would say to a large extent, Abure is not a political office holder in terms of governance, in terms of policies.
No, this is
so I want it to make sense.
Because there's something you said of great interest. What's playing out on social media?
Yes.
Somebody went into an aircraft, simply off your phone. The person refused. But the dragging out of the person from an aircraft made more news than the incidents of not obeying clear instructions. Because I fear that some persons who are operating online have no regard for decorum. Have no regard for civilized behavior. Because some of these things, in the first place, she may be Mama P, but she's not Mama Nigeria now. Even Mama Nigeria won't treat people like that. It's wrong.
So this is more of, for me, or for anybody would say this is not political in the sense that you're fighting corrupt politicians that keeping Nigeria where it is. One would say this is political party matter between obedience now and the factional leadership of Labour Party. How did it degenerate into corrupt Nigeria? I'm looking at issues as they are, because Abure is not a governor, he's not...
What they are saying there is an attempt to find an underpinning reason why you will do what you want to do. Because you see, I don't see how, in a strict sense, okay, you have your so-called pen, and you know how to write. And you're writing on social media, you're talking on the popular media, and the person has a right to reply, of course. Now, what do you do about the situation? You're working, you're not expecting any reaction from anyone. It may be probably you just stepped out of an aircraft, or you're going to board an aircraft, and then somebody from nowhere
starts harassing you and recording it while at it.
You can imagine. And you say, because you see, even when we talk about rights have qualification. When they say you have freedom of expression, they say, go and look at your constitution again. When it gives you certain qualifications, nothing will in a democratic society. Blah, 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 blah. You know, it tells you there's limitations. You're a journalist, I'm a journalist. And we know that there is a limit to freedom of expression. There is the communication. And if you try something for everyone, you won't learn it, I won't learn it. So you must know how you present yourself at any given time. No, but you have a system now that's making everybody talk. But anyhow. And I don't think that's what people envisaged, you know, when they started talking about free speech. I don't think...
yes, there is free speech, but one would say, to a large extent, when leaders fail to be accountable, when the citizens lose trust in the system that should make them accountable.
There's something that Jonathan said recently that I like. So when a leader doesn't do well, you do what? You vote him out.
Now, one would say you vote him out if you trust the system that your votes will count.
Then, see, let's not be...
And then you now look at the consequences of even attempting to vote a leader out. The policies that will come out much later to affect you.
Even from a because they say every politics is local. And then you cannot rig where you're not popular. My brother will kill you. Do you understand? So no matter how strategic your thinking is, no matter how much money you're carrying on yourself on election day, that you can enter a ward, a unit, or act in a unit, is because someone somehow believes that you have a right to do this. Maybe from their perspective, you are the candidate that they want. Now they can help you. So maybe if rigging, by our understanding of it, largely, is to further boost the win, you know, to boost the win. Sometimes, villages, I'm just telling you, in some villages, they say, look, we have to vote all our votes, so if not, next election, they will reduce our polling unit. Yeah. So there are too many things that are happening, of course, maybe powered by some influences, some interests. But in the field, so many things happen, you know. So now, if the force that is amassed against you is almost as equal as yours, what you will see in that polling unit, in that LGA, that locality, is dry voting. So, what point am I trying therefore to drive? That those who are determined to throw out a government must show it. They must show working. You don't stay in your house and say so. You come to the world. I'll give you one example. There was a local government election that the Federal administration organized. Police withdrew. All of them said they won't come. What happened? The people turned out to protect that voting process. Because they believe. If they don't believe, they won't be there. And you find out that not one incident took place.
It was very peaceful.
Very peaceful. You know, so this is the thing. Commitment on the part of those who say they want a change in God is very important.
All right.
So if you don't show that commitment, and the ones who talk like you don't show that commitment, nothing will happen. It will be blah, blah, blah. They will come back and say, oh, your vote didn't count. It didn't count because you couldn't make it count.